On a bright January morning in 2026, the calm waters off Cape Town filled with the imposing silhouettes of military ships. This marked the launch of Will for Peace 2026, a week-long multinational naval exercise. Led by China and hosted by South Africa, the event brought together navies from around the world for coordinated drills. The gathering was more than a show of force. It was a statement of new global partnerships. South Africa emphasized the importance of these exercises for addressing rising maritime threats and ensuring the safety of vital shipping lanes. The event, a BRICS Plus operation, showcased the growing unity and strength of this expanding group. Officials stressed that the goal was to build trust and improve teamwork, not to provoke conflict. The drills aimed to enhance cooperation in protecting busy trade routes crucial to the global economy. Originally scheduled for late 2025 as Exercise Mosi, the event was postponed due to a scheduling conflict with the G20 summit. The rescheduling placed the drills at a time of heightened global tension, drawing even more international attention. The United States' absence from the G20 summit underscored the strained relations among major powers. As the ships sailed in formation, the world watched a new era of maritime collaboration unfold. The message was clear: a new balance of power was taking shape on the high seas. The Will for Peace drills brought together a diverse coalition: South Africa, China, Russia, Iran, and the UAE. Each nation contributed warships that reflected their growing military capabilities. China and Iran sent destroyers, Russia and the UAE brought agile corvettes, and South Africa fielded a versatile frigate. These ships practiced complex maneuvers, from convoy protection to anti-submarine warfare, testing their ability to operate as a unified force. Observer nations, Indonesia, Ethiopia, Brazil, and Egypt, watched closely, signaling their interest in the BRICS Plus alliance. For new BRICS members like Ethiopia and Egypt, it was a chance to see their partners in action. Brazil's presence reaffirmed its commitment to the group's security goals. The mix of ship types allowed for a wide range of scenarios, challenging the crews to coordinate across languages and systems. Successfully completing the drills would prove these nations could respond together in a real crisis. The event was a powerful display of military cooperation and strategic intent. It sent a message that the BRICS Plus bloc was ready to defend its interests on the world stage. The world took notice as these navies demonstrated their growing reach and unity. South African leaders were adamant. The naval drills were about security, not provocation. Captain Nndwakhulu Thomas Thamaha, leading South Africa's forces, called the exercise a demonstration of collective resolve. The main goal was to improve maritime safety and protect vital shipping lanes from threats like piracy and terrorism. The drills also tested interoperability, how well different navies could communicate and operate together despite differences in equipment and language. Scenarios included joint protection of merchant ships and coordinated responses to emergencies at sea. For South Africa, the exercises were essential for safeguarding its long coastline and economic interests, tied to fishing, oil, and trade. The government argued that international cooperation was key to national prosperity and global stability. By participating, the South African Navy gained valuable experience and strengthened its ability to defend its waters. Officials framed the drills as a responsible step for a nation with global responsibilities. The event was presented as practical, not political, a way to ensure security in a complex world. South Africa's message: working with partners is not just wise, it's necessary. The drills were about building skills, trust, and a safer maritime future. In a connected world, collaboration at sea is vital for everyone's prosperity. The Will for Peace drills unfolded against a backdrop of escalating global tensions. Just days before, the U.S. seized a Russian-flagged oil tanker, accusing it of violating sanctions, a move Russia called piracy. The U.S. also launched a surprise military raid in Venezuela, toppling President Maduro, a close ally of Russia and China. These actions heightened suspicion and anxiety among world powers. For Russia and China, the U.S. interventions were seen as direct threats to their interests. The timing of the naval drills made them appear as a strategic response to American assertiveness. The exercises were no longer routine. They became a symbol of resistance to Western dominance. The world watched as the BRICS nations demonstrated unity in the face of U.S. pressure. The drills sent a clear message: the global balance of power was shifting. In this charged atmosphere, every maneuver carried extra weight. The stakes for international security had never been higher. The decision to host the drills sparked fierce debate within South Africa. Government officials defended the exercises as essential for security and international cooperation. Deputy Defense Minister Bantu Holomisa insisted the timing was coincidental and reaffirmed South Africa's right to set its own foreign policy. Military leaders highlighted the practical benefits of working with diverse partners to address complex maritime challenges. Critics, led by the Democratic Alliance, argued that aligning with Russia and China risked abandoning South Africa's tradition of non-alignment. They warned that the country could become a pawn in global power struggles, jeopardizing vital economic ties with the U.S. The opposition feared the drills would damage relations with key Western partners and threaten jobs. The government countered that South Africa also trains with Western navies, maintaining a balanced approach. The debate revealed deep divisions over the nation's place in a changing world. The Will for Peace drills became a flashpoint for questions about sovereignty, security, and economic risk. The BRICS group began as an alliance of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, seeking greater influence in a Western-dominated world. Frustrated by limited power in institutions like the World Bank, they pushed for a fairer global system. Recently, BRICS expanded into BRICS Plus, adding Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Indonesia. This expansion united major oil producers, populous nations, and strategic players into a formidable bloc. BRICS Plus aims to counterbalance the G7, increase trade in local currencies, and reduce dependence on the US dollar. The group now represents a significant share of the world's population and economic output. The inclusion of Middle Eastern energy giants gives BRICS Plus unprecedented influence over global oil and gas markets. Former rivals are now partners, signaling a shift in regional and global politics. By joining, these nations seek greater independence and new alliances beyond the West. BRICS Plus is emerging as a powerful force shaping the future world order. Its growing unity and ambition are challenging the status quo. The Will for Peace drills were a public demonstration of this new power. The naval exercises off South Africa's coast sent shockwaves through international politics. A joint drill involving China, Russia, Iran, and the UAE signaled a rising strategic alliance. This was a direct challenge to the US-led global order that has dominated since the Cold War. The Will for Peace exercise showed that BRICS Plus nations could project power and secure their own interests. The move toward a multipolar world was unmistakable. The drills also carried economic risks. U.S. threats of new tariffs could hurt South Africa's economy and jobs. The government's willingness to accept these risks sparked intense national debate. The exercises highlighted the clash between Western and BRICS Plus visions for the world. For BRICS Plus, it was about sovereignty and alternative global leadership. The drills were a bold statement. The world's balance of power is changing. Under fire from critics, South Africa's government stood firm. Officials insisted the country's foreign policy is based on non-alignment and strategic independence. They argued that engaging with BRICS Plus does not mean turning against the West. South Africa has a history of military cooperation with both Western and non-Western nations. The Will for Peace drills were framed as part of a balanced, pragmatic approach to global relations. Leaders emphasized the economic and diplomatic benefits of BRICS Plus membership. The government sees the group as a platform for advancing developing countries' interests. By diversifying partnerships, South Africa hopes to protect its interests in a turbulent world. The drills put this balancing act to the test, with the world watching closely. As the Will for Peace 2026 exercise ended, participating nations celebrated a milestone in military cooperation. South Africa and its BRICS Plus partners saw the drills as proof they could work together for security and stability. Officials expressed hope that such partnerships would lead to a safer, more prosperous maritime environment. The goal was to prevent conflict by building trust and shared capabilities. Yet the drills deepened divides with the West, raising the stakes for future relations. South Africa now faces the challenge of managing the consequences of its bold choices. The government remains committed to a balanced, multipolar world. The Will for Peace drills were a clear statement of intent and independence. As global power shifts, South Africa must navigate carefully to protect its interests. the world will be watching as new alliances shape the future of international security.